In this series, we're going to explore and explain the tools and concepts that artists and designers use to create more interesting and engaging works of art. These are the elements and principles of design. Welcome to the basics. Let's talk about space. Not outer space, but we'll use this astronaut as an example. Space in art is the area that an artwork or object occupies. This space is divided into two sections. Positive space is the objects or stuff in the image. If you have too much stuff in your image, everything will appear crowded and people won't know where to look because everything will be competing for attention. The opposite of positive space is negative space. Negative space is everything around the object or the background of the stuff. Too much negative space and your artwork will feel uncomfortable and empty. So the first tip to understanding this concept of space is to balance out your positive and negative space so your artwork doesn't feel overly crowded or too empty. Now the other part in understanding this concept of space is depth, and depth is how far back your space appears to go. And the first principle of depth is things that are further away get smaller. So we'll add in some space debris and vary the size of the planets to add some interest. Another concept of depth that can really make your art more interesting and engaging is to add objects that extend off the page or the frame. And this mimics what your eyes do in real life. Unless you're walking around with blinders on, you're always going to have objects coming in from your peripherals to your field of vision. Adding objects that extend off the page help the viewer to feel like they are more a part of the scene, rather than someone looking in from outside. And this makes for a more immersive and engaging experience. Now our drawing is coming along pretty well, but if you look closely at this image, you'll notice something. None of the objects touch or overlap one another. Overlapping objects create the illusion that the object in front is closer than the object behind it. This again mimics the real world. We are always looking through one object to another. Doing this in your artwork can create a more realistic sense of depth, and in fact, keeping objects separated can cause the image to feel uncomfortable and flat. These are the very basics of space and depth. Add in light and value and you're well on your way. So the next time you go to paint or draw something, think about how you can balance your space and use the principles of depth to create a more interesting and engaging piece of artwork. Thanks for watching. I hope this video helped you. If it did, like and subscribe to stay tuned for more videos in the Basics series.